Hey there, storytellers! Welcome back, and welcome once again to my backyard. It's another pretty nice day out. So today's video is just going to be short and sweet. I thought I'd give you a little update on my TBR pile. So without further ado, let's get into my pile. That sounded weird. Anyway, let's get into it. First up on my to-be-read list is I Felt Funeral in My Brain by Will Walton. I don't know too much about this book. The inside synopsis is super short, but it follows the story of a girl named Avery who is trying to come to terms with life and death and trying to figure out what it all means to her and what it all means in general. It just seems like a really moving story. It seems like a really quick read based on the style of writing. It's very lyrical. So I can't wait to give this a read. I think it's going to be very moving and very entertaining. The next book on my to-be-read list is Emergency Contact by Mary H.K. Choi. This follows the story of Penny, Lee, and Sam, who meet very awkwardly but decide to exchange numbers and keep in contact. Penny is going away to college to become a writer and is leaving behind everything in her life that seems boring and mundane and she's just not feeling anymore. And Sam has $17 in his bank account and lives in the back of the cafe he works in. Their lives are not necessarily stellar and they're not necessarily super attracted to each other right away, but they definitely decide to keep in contact, and it just seems like a fun summer read. It seems sort of romantic, but also like it might delve into some more life issues as it goes on, and I'm just interested in the journey of these two characters, and I wanted to give it a quick read. The next thing on my TBR pickup list is a odd choice as a summer read, but it was a choice that was interesting to me, and that is Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre. And this follows the story of Antoine Roquetin. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. He's a French writer, and he's just quite literally nauseated by his own existence. And it's written in the form of diary entries where he just explains why he's so unsatisfied and why he's literally feeling nauseous by his own life. And I'm not really sure what else it explores. It's very philosophical, very heady, and it's going to be weird, I'm sure, but I do like to read philosophical fiction every now and then. I took a class on it in high school, and I do like to explore the human mind, so this seems like a fun, well, not fun, but interesting choice to pick up, so I can't wait to read this. Next is one I am very much ready to get into. I kept putting it off, and it was just because I have a whole bunch of library books that I still need to get through, and I thought, well, I own this book, I have all the time in the world to read it, but I don't want to wait anymore, and I'm excited to get into it, and that is one of the books, I should say, that I got in my Owl Crate last month, which is Catching Stars by Kayla Keenan. And I still can't get over how much I love this cover, and Be Afraid of Witches might be my favorite book tagline of all time. I'm not sure. It's very exciting. This was one of those ones for me where I just picked it up and I knew I was going to love this story. I don't know why I knew I was going to love it, but I knew it, and I can't wait to read it. So Catching Stars follows the stories of Jeanne and Maddox, and Jeanne is a witch who has hidden herself away in a city and is just trying to live on the down low, trying to avoid her past, and Maddox has escaped from prison that he's been in for 2 years, even though he didn't commit the crimes that he's being accused of, and is on the run. And their paths cross, and they have to form an uncertain alliance to try to keep each other safe from Jane's past and Maddox's once allies, now foes. People he thought would help him that are definitely not in the game to help him at all, and their alliance is very much on rocky ground, but they need to rely on each other if they want to stay safe. It just seemed like a fun action-packed adventure full of magic and whimsy and perhaps a little bit of a really good friendship forming, and I just love those kinds of stories, so I can't wait to really read this and get into it. It seemed like a perfect just escape for my brain for summer reading, and I'm ready for it. Last but not least on my to be read list is this month's Owl Crate book that I just got in the mail, which is From Twinkle with Love by Sandhya Menon. I talked about it in my Owl Crate video. I'm super excited for this. I love film and filmmaking and like to study it sort of in an amateur way on my own. I love a good feminist book, which that's what this seems like this is. Twinkle is a young aspiring filmmaker who has her own voice, but she's a bit of a wallflower, and she's trying to figure out how to put her voice in the world and do what she loves when a boy named Sahil approaches her to make a film for the Summer Film Festival, and Twinkle is all over it. Conveniently enough, Sahil's twin brother is Neil, who is Twinkle's crush. Twinkle starts getting letters anonymously addressed to her as from N, and she thinks it might be Neil, she thinks it might not, but she's excited nonetheless. And then of course, like it always does, life throws you a curveball, and Twinkle realizes that she might actually be falling for Sahil in the process, and I just can't wait to explore Twinkle's world a little bit, get to hear what it's like to be a female filmmaker from her point of view, and follow along on her journey and Sahil's journey and see where they end up. It just seems super cute and super fun and super summery, and I have a problem saying super, so get used to it. You're gonna hear it a lot. This is just going to be a very fun book, and I'm very, very ready to read it. That's it for my summer TBR currently. If you want to know more, you can keep up with my Instagram. That's linked below. So go ahead on over there if you want to know more about my everyday bookish adventures, because I update that a little more frequently. If you like this video, go ahead and let me know by leaving a like down below. I want to know down in the comments what your summer reading list looks like, what's on your TBR pile, and tell me what book on that pile of yours is most exciting to you. I'm dying to hear about it, and I'm looking for new reads all the time, so don't be shy. Give me your recommendations. I post every Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes Sunday, so if you'd like to keep up with me and my bookish adventures, go ahead and subscribe and ring the little bell so that you keep up to date on all my bookish fun, because I like to have people along on my journey, so I'm happy to have you. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. I'd be happy to. But for now, that's it. Goodbye. Go away. Bye, guys.